Okay, well, just about 2 o'clock. Let's start, shall we? Okay, first of all, everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. You guys could be anywhere, but you are here. So I am humbled. Thank you so much. Let's start with who am I? So if you've never heard me before, my name is James Buchman. I'm a retired New York City school principal. I've been trading for close to 18 years now. Been trading, uh, partnered up with ninZaCo about 3 years ago now, just about. I have my own Discord group where we do a lot of fun things, trading related, of course. And yeah, I trade anything and everything. I think ninZaCo is a terrific company, which is why I partnered with them. I think they have terrific indicators and systems, trading systems. They are top notch, and it's been a great journey. So for today, what we have is, and I know I'm going to mispronounce this name. It looks like Frizz Infinity or Fresh Infinity. ZH is a weird thing. Let's go with Flazh Infinity, just for the fun of it. If someone knows how to pronounce it, please correct me. But this is what we have. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at live charts from today. I don't cherry pick. We're going to be looking at charts from today. We're going to be talking about what the system is, and we're going to actually try, if there was a setup, we're going to try and take a few live trades. Let me just fix one thing here. Apologize for that. Let me just move this around. Yes, I will put my links in the chat, but actually, I'll do that. My email, if you want to get in touch with me, is algodaytrading@yahoo.com. And in the description on YouTube, when this comes out on YouTube, it's going to have my Discord link and all that good stuff. But let's talk about Flazh Infinity. So, what is it? Okay, so it is basically a scalping strategy. What it does is it identifies a trend. First thing it does, it identifies a trend. Then it identifies a zone. Zones are these things over here. We got the blue zones, that's bullish. We got these pinkish zones, those are the bearish trends. The trend is also on the bottom. You can see it clearly. There is a horizontal line, blue again, bullish, and red is bearish. Now, here is how it generates a signal. It generates a signal by waiting for a pullback. It's an intra-bar pullback, and that's why it is best for the King Renko bar. It waits for a pullback. In the case of a long, it would wait for a pullback down, for price to come down, but without the bar closing down. And then it's going to wait for this bar that's pulling back to close up to generate a long signal. The opposite for a short signal, we have a trend first, then we have a zone, and then the strategy waits for a bar to pull up, kind of a retracement, and then still close down for a short signal. Then there is this tool, we're going to see it live. This tool automates the signals for you. It will just grab a long signal or a short signal if you enable it. You have the opportunity, the option here of enabling only shorts or only longs or both. You can pick the account you want to use. You can pick the ATM you want to use, number of contracts, type of an order, limit order, market if touched. What else? You can cancel orders, you can close positions. This tool here will do everything for you. So this is day trading. I think especially with the King Renko bar, my opinion now, it is for scalping. I mean this is for scalping, not necessarily micro scalping. You could go for quite a few ticks. However, I really believe, especially with the King Renko bar, you are looking at scalping here. Now, what do I consider to be scalping? That, of course, this definition would change from person to person. I would say scalping in something like the Nasdaq is maybe 5 points. Like $100 per contract. That's scalping. But you're gonna see when we look at charts. I mean, a heck of a lot more is available, but we gotta have some kind of definition of scalping. So they ran a back test. Now, by the way, with King Renko bars, you can run a back test. It's not like a regular Renko bar. With the regular Renko bar, back test would be very inaccurate. However, the Renko bar is different because it actually starts and ends where you see it, unlike a Renko bar, or, for example, unlike a Hakinashi bar, right? The King Renko bars actually start and finish where you see them, and so you can backtest them. This is the result on a 25. I also used a 25. You're going to see it in today's charts. The Nasdaq on a 25. King Renko, and you're going to see all the trades. So this is the results. I know nothing about the back tests. I myself do not back test. I believe in forward testing. I believe real-time action is the only way to truly know how any approach behaves. But it does help to look at what happened. So again, this is basically trend identification. And by the way, before I forget, in case I forget, you can customize a whole bunch of things here. You can customize how a trend is defined. You can customize the zones. You can customize the pullback. I did not change anything. So I'm telling you right now, with the charts we're going to see, I did not change anything. They're out of the box as is. Because the minute I'm going to start changing things, people are going to be asking me, what did you do here or there? So I'm telling you right now, everything you're going to see today is out of the box. I just put it on the chart. I just uploaded it onto the chart. And that was it. So again, and there is not much to this as far as there is no complexity. Identifies a trend, there is a zone, waits for a bar to pull back, and that's all there is to it. A trend, a zone, a pullback with a confirmation. What is the confirmation? With the bar closing in a direction of the trend. So what I would like to do actually is to start looking at charts, if you don't mind, and then see if we can actually catch maybe a couple of live trades. So since everyone loves the NASDAQ, maybe we should start with the NASDAQ. Maybe we should start with the NASDAQ. Let's make sure you guys can see this. Let me make this big. Okay. So I'm going to be going over the whole day from beginning to end. Here is my, the only thing I did was I put this bar here. This is 9:30 Eastern, market open. Here is how I would trade this. And this is just like, I guess, advice in general. If you've seen my videos or my webinars, you know I always prefer the first signal in a given direction. My preference, not officially from NINZACO. We're going to go over the whole day in a number of markets. You will decide if the trades you see, you're going to see many more winning trades than losing trades. I mean, there's no question about that. The only question is, what would you consider to be a winning trade? So I'm not going to, so you will decide in each and every case if it's a winning trade or a losing trade. So we open up here. So there is nothing. This is the first trade over here. Here is the short. So here is the trend. Here is the zone, a bar pulling down. Huge move down. Here, right? Here is a trend, is bullish. Zone is blue. Waits for a bar to pull down. So you see this bar. I hope you guys can see this. Let me maybe make it like really big so you guys can see this. Here is the bar pulling down. You see this here? Here is the bar pulling down. But it did not close down. It just pulled down and then closed up. And this is the signal. This would be the signal. This is the long upon the opening of the following bar right over here. This is the long. Okay? So, and again, I say, you're just sticking the way I would trade this. Stick with this long. Just stick with this long until you reach your profit. I'll go back to say scalping. This is scalping. So more than 5 points is available, but for the NASDAQ, just to be kind of objective, maybe 5 points is a reasonable scalp for a NASDAQ. Can you get more? Of course you could, but that's how we're going to play it. There is a short here, and again, quite a bit is available. This is a 25. Each one of these is 5 ticks. So it doesn't look like much, but there is probably enough here for a scalp. But again, I'm not. You decide. You decide if this would be a winning trade for you. Here is a long over here. Here is a short over here. Again, all this is customizable. I did not change a thing. Just out of the box, boom, on the chart. That's it. So these are continuation trades. Again, I say the first one for me is always the best. But here is a long. So obviously a lot more winning trades than losing trades. They are losing trades, no question, they're losing trades, but a lot more winning trades than losing trades. Here is another long. Here is a short. Down, here's a long, a short. Well, it's like all day long, right? So no trade here, right? There's no trade. So here is a nice example, by the way, how it handles chop. Look at all this, right? No signal. And the reason there is no signal is because while the bar was pulling back, it actually closed down. And the way it's coded is, yes, it wants a pullback, but then it still needs the bar to close in a direction of the trend. This did not happen here. It finally happened here, unfortunately, and here is a losing trade. This is a losing trade, no question. No question. Okay. What do we got? Here a short, probably losing. Depends on your stop, I guess. I guess if your stop is the reversal of a trend, you're in. If not, if it's, let's say, at the top of this bar, maybe this is a more reasonable stop, like on top of this bar, then it's a stop out, and then the next one is a huge winner. Not much here. I'm guessing that's a stop out. This is a nice one. Nothing here. Here is a long. Looks like nothing here. This is a long that did not work out. Here is a short. That's a good one. A long, enough for a scalp. A short, good one. Very good one, actually. A long, very good one. A short, very good one. So you see, there are many more winning trades than losing trades, but obviously there are losing trades as well. Just a scalp here, not much here, not much here. Depending on what you're looking for, I guess, where your target would be. There is a short and a long here. Boy, the NASDAQ is a long day for the NASDAQ. Short, long, long, short. This is not good. Now, also, by the way, keep an eye on the time. My favorite trading time, I forgot to mention that. My favorite trading time is always the first 60 to 90 minutes, like 9:30 to 10:30 or 11 o'clock. After that, lunchtime, once Europe closes, things adjust sideways and they just get choppy. But I'll just show you the rest of the day anyway. Big move down. Big move up. Very big move up, boy. Move down. Move up. This is great. Nothing here, so avoided a short here. Got a long here. Then choppy, getting choppy. Here it is, a short, a long. Well, I think you get the idea. Nasdaq is a really long day. Okay, let's take a look at something else. I don't want to just be looking at the Nasdaq all day long. What else? Let's take a look. I think some people like the YM, right? The YM is good. So the YM, where are we? Here we go, 9:30. So long over here. Well, the first one was actually here. Looks like right before the open. Then a short here. Make this a bit bigger. So again, just kind of, if you just joined us, what this system does is it identifies a trend first, right? So the trend is bearish. It is a bearish trend. It then creates zone. And within this zone, it waits for a bar, in the case of a short trade, to pull up. So here is a bar in a short, in a bearish zone. Make this bigger. In a bearish zone, there is a bar that's pulling up, right? And now it's closing down. That generates a short signal. So we need three things, right? We need the trend, in this case, a bearish trend. We need the zone, in this case, a bearish zone. We need the bar to pull up in case of a short trade and still close down. And here is your short signal. Down we go, then up. Here is a short. Nothing here. This is a short, did not give you much here. This short is better. Here is a long. So just like in NASDAQ, some losing trades, but most trades are nicely winning trades. The vast majority are nicely winning trades. Here is another short. Here is a long. And this is designed to be a scalping strategy, in my opinion. So again, a short, a long, another long, no short here, right? Because no zone anyway here either, and there was no bar that pulled up and then closed down. So that's how it tries to eliminate chop by looking for this kind of stuff. Here is a long, a short, a long, a short, and a long. A very big long. Look at this one, beast. Then followed by a short, another beast. Look at that. So as I was saying, it's a scalping strategy, but there are some moves that can really catch. Obviously, it depends on market conditions, what the market is doing. It depends also on the time of day. After 11, things get somewhat choppy. But if you can trade first thing in the morning, it gives a really, really nice signals. Here we are. Now, this is the end. This is real time right now. And we will be taking some live trades, I hope. Let me just maybe do gold. Some people like gold. Let's take a look at gold. So gold opens before the indices, right? About an hour before. Gold, here is a long, same exact thing. So let's make this bigger. First, identifying a trend that's bullish, which actually started here. It creates a zone, waits for a bar to pull down, and still close up. So pull down, but close up, and this is the long signal. So this is gold. This is $10 a tick, right? So there's quite a bit here, obviously. And then a tremendous move down, catches it perfectly. Here is the trend. Here is the zone. By the way, it does it in real time, and no, it does not repaint. Sometimes I get these questions. I don't know of any system that I sponsored so far or demonstrated so far. None of them repaint the signals. This one does not repaint. The signal you see is the signal that happened at this time. It does not do anything after the fact. So a much smaller long, a big short, a long, a short. Looks like yeah, a long here, but that didn't go anywhere. This would be, I'm assuming, a losing trade, and then just a big long. I'm sorry, short, long and short and long and long. Now, could you make it even better if you customize it? If you play around with how you define a trend and a zone? Yes, but again, I did not want to get into a situation where I talk about customizing, because once you start that, we can spend 3 hours on customizing, and I really don't want to do that. This is out of the box as is. So you could make it better for sure. Here is a long, and that's where we are. Okay, so to pick them. Oh wait, do I have the S&P? I think I have the S&P. Hold on, let me. Yeah, S&P is tough. I mean, S&P is always tough. What did I do here? On any indicator I ever demonstrated, S&P is just a tough market. But let's take a look at the S&P because people like it. Don't know why. S&P, people love the S&P. All right. Yeah, where are we? Here we go. 930. Make this bigger. Yeah. So what is a scalp on S&P? I don't even 4 or 5 ticks, 6 ticks. I don't know. You decide what is a scalp on S&P. S&P is a tough market, but there is a decent short. Long here is not much at all. Then a short, a very big short actually. No long, another short. That's a big move. Again, no long, another short. There is a long, no short, a long, and a short. So even the S&P is doing relatively okay, not as good as the other markets, but still can hold its own even on S&P. I say even because S&P is just tough. S&P is tough on indicators. Just the way it moves, but it's still produces mostly good results, even the S&P. So big moves, Maybe on something like the S&P, if you're going to take a trade, try and stick with it because it could chop you pretty good otherwise. But this, I mean, really, overall, still many more winning trades than losing trades, even on S&P. So yeah. Anyway, what can we? Let's catch something live. I'm guessing the Nasdaq would be maybe the best market to catch something live. Let's try and catch something live. I promise I'm going to get to all the comments. Let me just finish this because once I start not paying attention, I just, yeah. No, this should not be, guys. 1 second. I'm sorry. I don't want to put an account that, hold on. We just change the account to some kind of SIM account. Definitely don't want to. Second. Come on, work. Why aren't you working? Okay. Actually, you know what? Maybe, okay, now let's just, guys, 1 second here. Okay. All right. Let's get a SIM account going. So let's, okay. So, boom. Hopefully, we're going to get something. So let's talk about this tool. Let's talk about this tool. This tool will allow you to get, let me get this account here. It's this one. This is a SIM account. Okay, so this tool will allow you to catch the signals that you see, because especially the NASDAQ, things move fast. So let's pick some kind of a template. I don't even know. Let's try this one. This one will trade 2 contracts. So you allow it, you enable it by pressing here on longs and shorts. So now it is armed. It is ready to go. It has the ATM that I picked. Oh, here we go. Hey, we just caught a trade. I hope you caught that. That was fast. Okay, good. Oops. So you see how it caught it, and that's why you need this because the Nasdaq just moves too fast. I mean, really, all of them, even gold, can move really fast. So you need a tool that would allow you to be able to catch these trades as they happen. Now, I just told you I prefer first signal only, right? But again, just to demonstrate how this works, I'm going to be taking everything. Like as the signals come in, I'm going to try and take them. Well, not me. Now it's now it's the strategy. Is going to try and get these signals. We just had one. On the first opposite. You could, or you mean like on this tool? I'm not sure if you can do it on this tool. Now you can adjust it yourself. I know they also have another tool. What is the name of that? Oh, I forget now. There is another tool, looks very similar to this, but it would allow you to get out on an opposing bar. I think what the question is, if I'm short, let's say, here, if a bar closes up, I want to be out. Kind of like this, right? Like if this bar closed up, I'm out of my short. They have a tool like that. I forget the name of it, but there is a tool like that that ninZaRenko sells, that you would just set it on getting out of a short position with the bar closing up, or getting out of a long position with the bar closing down. But it's not this one, I don't think, right? There's no such option here. Unless I'm mistaken, but I don't see it here. Okay, so I'm just going to let this go. Let's see if we can catch another one. In the meantime, if you have questions, now is the time. EOB, is that what it's called? EOB? Okay. Yeah, it's a great tool, by the way. I actually have that tool, and it's great because it will get you out of trades as soon as the market kind of moves against you. Now, see, now we're waiting for a bar to pull up, but it doesn't pull up. We're waiting for a bar to pull up, kind of like now, and then close down. As long as we're still within the zone, so we need to be, I believe, within the zone for the trade to happen. So once the bar closes up, it's against the trend, and so I think the zone ends. Yep. So now it will either need to create another zone, another bearish zone, or wait for a trend change and then have a blue zone, a bullish zone. All right. Which ATM we use? Yeah, so I have this ATM where it's two contracts, and first target is plus 12 ticks. What is the stop? I believe the stop is 12 points. In any case, it's two contracts. First one is at plus 12 ticks, is covered, and then the second contract goes up to break even plus one tick. And I think the second target is also something like 12 points, maybe. So it's like a one-to-one for that second contract. Yeah, so things are slow, of course, as expected. So great time to ask questions, by the way. Now I can. Yeah, so with the other one, I used three. I sent it to ninZaRenko. I set that ATM. I think in the first video I made for the system, I used a different ATM. It was a three contract ATM, and I sent that one to ninZaRenko, so they have it. So if you contact their support, all right, good. So here is a bar that closed down, right, in a bearish zone. A bar pulled up and then closed down, and a short trade was taken. Let me see. Yeah, so they have that ATM, so you can just ask them. They should be able to give it to you. Let me see. This is very okay. Craig, if you could explain that, I'm not exactly sure what you mean, but okay.
Target filled.
All right, so target filled. Why didn't it go to break even? That's weird. What? It's supposed to go to break even. What did it do? It's supposed to come. Here we go. Now we did it. Very strange. That's like a delayed reaction. It's supposed to do that as soon as the first contract is covered. So I don't know, but I have no idea what just happened there. But all right. But more importantly than all this, again, it's the fact that this tool can take these trades. And the logic behind the trades is a bearish trend, a bearish zone, a bar pulls up and closes down, and that is the short signal. Okay, gonna wait for more. Gonna wait for more. This is two contracts, isn't it? Did I pick? No, it's two contracts. It's two contracts. Two contracts. Is this offered as a trial? I don't think NINZaCo has trials, but I believe they have an exchange policy. Is it 30 days? 30 days or 15 days? They do have an exchange policy where I believe the way this works, if you buy it and you don't like it, you can exchange it for something of a similar value. If I'm wrong, someone please correct me, but I think this is their policy. What is the two? This means two contracts. Like this. This means two contracts. Two contracts. It's also showing here two contracts. Okay, so now that was quick. So now there was a bullish trend. This bug pulled very quickly, pulled back very quickly and closed up. And so a long trade was taken. Let's see. That's a good idea. Yes, join the Discord, NinZaCo's Discord. It's a great idea, actually. They have great support, and they will answer all your questions.
Target filled.
What happened there? Okay, so target filled once again. This time it worked right. You see, as soon as one contract was covered, the stop jumped to break even plus one. I'm not sure what happened before here, but so obviously, not the best ATM because you do miss some bigger moves, but because as I was preaching here, this is mainly a scalping approach. I do think it helps to grab a quick target. Also, by the way, and that's a separate topic altogether, but you should have a trading plan with a reasonable daily goal, right? So you wouldn't just keep trading. Like what I'm doing now is for demonstration, right? You wouldn't be just doing that. You have a plan and you hit your daily target and then you're done. You're shutting the machine. You are finished. You're not going to keep on trading. But since I want to demonstrate this, that's what I'm doing here. Let's see. Yeah, a trailing stop. In one of the videos for this, I did use a trailing stop. Trailing stop is a great idea, of course. Of course, yes. By no means am I saying the ATM that I have here is great. I just use it for demonstration. Yes, definitely a trailing stop is a great idea for this. Yeah, two contracts is correct. I answered that. Again, don't make no commentary about the ATM. The ATM is just for demonstration. Okay, I am not saying that's how you should be trading. I'm just trying to catch a few trades, before things really slow down. This is getting to be toward the end of the session, so no, I'm not necessarily saying that this is an ideal ATM for this strategy. I am using it so I can show as many live trades as possible here. But no, obviously, I'm sure you have an ATM that is far superior to this one. This is not a demonstration of ATM. This is a demonstration of the system. Okay. Let me scroll up, see if I missed anything. Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Yes, we discussed that. Let me continue scrolling. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I didn't even see there was another trade. Yeah, so once again, same exact thing. Bullish trend, bullish zone, bar pulling back without closing down, closing up, and it gives you a scalp. But you see how important it is to understand that this is a scalping strategy, right? It's just, especially if you're going to be trading now, which is 230, right? You don't really want necessarily to hold. There probably will not be much to hold at this time. But if you're okay with scalps, and again, I'm not saying this is a great ATM, but if you're okay with scalping, this could be really good. We kind of Here we go. See, it was a full move. How about that? How about that? A full move down. So not the greatest ATM, but still does okay. I mean, here we are, $510. How long have I been doing this? 10 minutes? Maybe a bit more? $510. I don't think it's so bad. I don't think it's so bad. Doing all right. Okay. Okay, let me continue to scroll up. If somehow I'm not answering your question, it's probably because it scrolled up a whole bunch and I just don't see it. Let me just go back. Talk about that. Spoke about the ATM. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, so I answered about the tool. Yeah, I think I got everything. If I missed your question, please just retype it. It just means it's scrolled out of view and I don't see it. So let's see. Is it still in the zone? If it's still a zone here and this bar closes up, we might get a long signal. We did. Okay. So the bar closed up. We got a long signal.
Target filled.
Here is another target filled. Okay. All right. So now I can disable, for example, let's say I don't want any more long trades, right? I took a long, and let's say I only want one trade in a given direction. So I disable the long, and I can only enable the short. So I have this flexibility with this tool. I don't have to take both. I can, from this point on, let's say I took my long, fine. Now I'm just waiting for a short trade. So here we are.
I've come and make some meatballs soon. Do you want some meatballs? You're doing meatballs. Okay.
Okay, someone's mic is on. It was me. Okay, it's weird. Okay, strange stuff. Uh, does the system come with a different AT? Okay, let's talk about this. Good. You decide the ATM. You build your own ATM. Now, NINZA does have a whole bunch that they can give you. Again, if you just contact their support. By the way, you see how there was no long here? And that's because I disabled the long side. It's only looking for a short now. I disabled the long side. Yeah, if you contact NINZA, if you purchase anything from NINZA, they will give you ATMs that they have. But the ATM is something you create, and then you decide. So you have a whole list of them, right? So if you click this one, that's all the ATMs that I have in this computer. Okay? And so you build the ATM and you decide which ATM. By the way, you don't even have to trade with an ATM, right? You can select none, and then what it will do is it will just take two contracts. So let's try this. Let's enable both sides again. So I have no ATM now, no ATM at all, and the next trade is going to take, I think, it's just going to take a trade with no profit and no stop loss. Great way to trade, right? I'm just kidding. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. All right. And especially now, this is a very overextended long move. So I don't know if I necessarily want to take another long, but for the sake of demonstration, I will. I will. For the sake of let's see if we can catch another trade where there is no ATM at all, and let's see how that works. So nothing is going to happen now because there is no zone. The zone comes before the retracement bar, so we must be in the zone to even think about a trade, a signal, and there is no zone. So let's give it like a minute or two. Let's see. Let's see if we can get anything here. Because I never tried it, but I think it makes sense. If there is no ATM, it should just take the amount of contracts that you put here. So let's see. Just gotta wait for. Is there anything else? I'm looking at other markets to see if anything else is. Nah, nothing else. Nasdaq is the best one because this one has so many signals. Don't slow down now. Okay. Maybe while we wait, maybe I can just quickly, because some of you may want to leave, and I want you to see just the deal. Where is? Let me see here. So it's a $2,000 system, but since you are here, the first 50 licenses will be sold for $8.95. There is a voucher, so you can copy the code, the coupon code. There is this. You can take a shot of this. There was $1,000 voucher, which I'm not sure how that works at all. Contact NINZaRenko for that. Okay, so take a screenshot of this. I'm gonna go back to the chart because I know you guys might want to leave, and I don't want to keep anyone here. Okay, let's take a look. Missed it. Okay, so this was the trade. So it did take the trade with no ATM. It will take a trade with no ATM. So now I'm just long two. Terrible way to trade. Don't do that. Don't do that. But it will do it. It will take a trade with no ATM. Here is a good question. Now, if there is an opposing signal, let's say it's a bearish trend, there is a opposing. Will it take the trade if it's already long? I think not, because it's already in the trade. So very dangerous. Don't do that. But it is possible to do that. Now look, I can press close, and it should close this trade. Let's see if we can at least get positive a little bit first. I'm just curious if we could. Let's get positive on that. Then if I press close, it should be able to close that trade. Come on, go up. Here we go. Okay, close. It did. Perfect. So you see that? You can close it within this tool. You just press close, and the trade is closed. Magic. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate it. Well. Oh, it took. See, I did not see it. So I did not disable the long side, which means the next signal it would still take it, and indeed it took it. I should disable now because I'm a responsible trader, right? We are all responsible traders, and you would never trade with no stop, of course. And you disable this when you are done. So now I want to be. I want to wait to be positive again, and then close this. And now I'm going to be negative. You watch. Watch, it's gonna spank me. Come on, go up. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Not nice. I want to close the position positive. Oh, that's no good. Yeah, I'm going to close this. So now everything is disabled. I disabled my longs, I disabled my shorts, and I am done here. So let's go back. Okay, here's my screen. All right. Yeah. So this is the deal. $895. First 50 licenses. $1,000 voucher. I don't even know what that means. And screenshot of this. Should we quickly look at some other? But I mean, this is everything we spoke about already, right? A trend, a zone, a bar, pulling up in the case of a short, pulling up and closing down, a short signal. In the case of a long, we need the bullish trend, a zone, bar pulling down, bar closing up for a long signal. Okay, that was painless. Then yeah, this is everything we spoke about. We have the auto trade execution. That's the tool. Essential, I believe, really. A system like this would not do well. Yeah, that's without some kind of automation. These are all the things that you can adjust. And again, everything you saw was out of the box. I did not change any settings, did nothing to the settings, but you could adjust the trend, the zone, how many ticks the bar pulls up or down. You can decide all that. So they advise you, I guess, on ATMs, how to build ATMs. They have a whole bunch. Get in touch with them. Join their Discord group, and you can ask them questions. Their support is terrific, excellent support. So, if there was anything else, let me take a look in the chat. Let's incorporate. Yeah, I don't know anything about stuff like that, but you can have a max. I think you can do it through the platform, like max stop loss, max target. I'm not sure though. I shouldn't say things I don't know much about. Someone told me it's possible to do it through the platform itself. Thank you, Craig. Thank you for that Discord link. Let's see. Where is? Nope. Yeah. Okay. All right. Are there any more questions? I think I covered everything. I think I covered everything. So, uh, yeah. Once again, if you want to email me, algodaytrading@yahoo.com. Where am I? I am here. algodaytrading@yahoo.com. Email me. We do a lot of fun things. I teach a course that helps you identify key levels for 6 futures markets before the session opens. After would not be fun, but before the session opens, you know what those levels are. Get in touch with me. Let me see if there are any more questions. Okay. Okay, so all right, just kind of scroll back, make sure. Oh, this system is available right now, I believe. I mean, it should be. I'm sure it's available right now. I'm sure if you go to their website with this code, it should be available immediately. All right. Let me one last check. All right. Okay. Well, thank you all for spending this time with me. Again, any questions about anything at all related to trading, that is, any questions related to trading, email me. I will do my best to answer. I had a lot of fun with all of you here. Hope to see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.